Hello, my name is Amy. We are going to learn the fourth movement in the T'ai Chi Chih movement series called Around the Platter-Variation. And around the platter variation looks something like this. I'm going to show you what it looks like and then we'll break it down. So we're going to shift to the right, sink, step forward with the left heel, and then you're going to begin tracing a platter like around the platter, same movement from before, and then you're going to pick up a ball off the left shoulder and release in front. Flat through the front, picking up the ball, palm to palm. Remember, this is another principle of Tai Chi Chih, the polarity between the palms. Pick it up. And release. And we'll just do 3 on the left. And then your hands weight in the front to close and sink. And then stand and breathe. And then on the right hand side, we actually do the same, and I'm just going to do 1, but we're going to shift to the left, sink, step forward with the right heel, and then flat, 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 pick up the ball, or a shape, an oval shape. And that is an example of around the platter variation on the right hand side. So to practice this, don't worry about the legs right now, but put your hands in the resting pose position. And then bring yourself up, bring the hands up, again to the center of the chest, and the fingertips are just slightly released upwards, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little. This just opens up the wrists. Now we're going to begin by going to your left, picking up the ball off the shoulder, and then leading with the pinkies. Let the fingertips stay pointed upward as long as they can for your wrists, and then release out in front. So if this is a clock, 6 o'clock is closest to me, 12 o'clock is the far point. We're going to release at 12 o'clock and then finish tracing around this platter. And you're keeping your hands flat in front. Don't start to pick up the ball too soon. So flat in front, pick up the ball off the left shoulder. Good. Release. Enjoy. Feel your feet through the front center of the chest. Then pick up the ball. Fingertips stay pointed up for as long as you can. And don't do a side arm. It's fingertips pointed up, straight up. Release. Finish tracing. Good. And then come back to the front center of the chest and then close. So we're going to do this with the legs, and then we'll do the right side. So here we go. Feet are in the resting pose, and to start our movement, we're just going to start by taking a breath. So feel the centers of your feet, feel the weight of the body. Great. Now shift to the right, sink, step forward with the left heel, and then flat, 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 pick up the ball off the left shoulder, and release it. It's raining in New Mexico. That's very exciting. Release. Flat through the front, and then pick up the ball, and then release it at 12 o'clock. I'm going to turn to the side for the next 3 repetitions so you can see and be reminded. Pick up the ball, release, let the body pull the hands back. We'll just do 1 more so you can see the close. Flat through the front, pick up, release, Very good. And then let your hands wait, front foot comes in, and everything sinks. Take a breath here. And then stand and breathe, focusing on the soles of the feet. Great. Now let's do the other side. This time you're going to shift to your left, sink, don't move the upper body, step forward with the right heel, keeping the back knee bent and the body still. That will give you the right length of stance for your body, and the hands come up to the front center. And then through the center, and then at the shoulder, pause for a second. My feet are double weighted now, both feet are flat on the ground. Check that your pinkies are facing the front wall. And then we're going to just hold that ball until we release at the front. And then we're going to shift our weight back. Pick up. Release. Good. Breathe and feel your feet. Feel your feet. And do one more. Hands wait, foot comes in, everything sinks. And take a breath. Good. And then stand and breathe. Great. Hello. We are now going to do bass drum, the fifth movement in the Tai Chi Chih movement series. And bass drum, like the previous two movements, is a forward and backward movement that includes the yinning and the yanning of the legs. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then we'll break it apart. So here we go. Shift to the right, sink, step out with the left heel, and your hands start about 6 to 8 inches apart. Wrists initiate, fingertips pointing down. And in this movement, we have the principle, one of the principles of Tai Chi Chih, the polarity between the palms. So I'm really aware that there's a connection between my palms, even though my focus is in the soles of my feet. And I'll do one more, and then we'll talk ourselves through it. Here's the near point, and the weight's on the back foot, and then here's the far point, and that's like sort of around my lower belly, weight's on the front foot, fully shifted forward, and then come over the top. Bring in the front foot, turn the palms over to close, and take a breath. Focus on your feet. Good. Okay, so to break this apart, don't worry about the legs right now, but your hands are in the resting pose, and they're just going to come up, so you're just sort of bringing up the forearms, and you're going to check to see that they're about 6 to 8 inches apart. And then this movement is initiated, I'm going to turn to the side, with the wrists. So that allows the fingertips to follow, and then we're going to extend underneath this curve, and then freeze here. This is about the far point, so it's sort of mid-waist lower to like the lower belly, right about here. And then same thing, the wrists are going to hinge to allow the fingertips to curve over the top. And then the elbows come behind the body as the bass drum palm to palm connection comes down the front center of the body. Here's the far point, curving over the top. And we'll do one more. Relaxing, let me turn to the side so you can see. Relaxing, the elbows come slightly behind the body to invite the curve in front. That's about the far point. The wrists initiate over the top. The hands really don't come above the chin, so if you're like way up here, you gotta lower it a little bit. But let's do this together. This movement has, as do the previous two movements, the yinning and the yanging of the legs. So here we go. We're going to shift to the right, sink, step forward with your left foot, and if you need to be reminded, that's no problem. Put your foot flat down, make sure the inner line of the foot is parallel to the midline of both feet. These are my feet. And if you slide your front foot back, there's about an inch between. You don't want to cross over and bump into each other. That'll create imbalance, and you don't want to step off to the side. So once again, here we are, resting pose, shift to the right, sink, step forward with the left heel, and your hands are going to start up like this. And then initiate with the fingertip, the wrists initiating, fingertips pointing down. Here's the far point, coming over the top, and breathe. Be aware of that palm to palm connection. Over the top. Ignore the flutter of the fingers. It's just an expression of the energy or chi that's moving through the system. Good. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a side view. You can see that my body and really the dantian is the thing that's pushing the hands out and pulling the hands back. Everything originates in and returns to the dantian. One more. And we'll do this to close. I'll face forward. Here's the far point. Coming over the top. Weights on the back foot. Bring in your left foot. Turn the palms over. Everything sinks together. Take a breath. That's great. So that's bass drum on the left. Bass drum on the right is with the arm movements exactly the same. So we didn't practice that on both sides for this particular movement. So let's step out with the right foot. Let's practice that. And take a breath. Good. Shift to your left. Sink. Step forward with the right heel and get your hands ready. Palm to palm, about 6 to 8 inches apart. Wrists initiate. Fingertips pointing down. Here's the far point. Let the body pull the hands over the top. Good. Enjoy the effort of no effort. And embody the quality of movement, slow motion in a dream, or swimming through very heavy air. Maybe one of those resonates with you better. So you pick. Slow motion in a dream, swimming through very heavy air. Let's do one more. Bring in the front foot, turn the palms over, everything sinks, take a breath. And then relax. And stand and breathe also. Just give yourself the luxury of a moment of just focusing in your feet.